Hello, guys. And yeah, today we are talking about widgets in Unreal. And let's see why. Uh, let's say that we have a game here. We have a character, she's running, she's doing something. And let's say that we want to see what we have FPS. We can, Unreal has commands for this. We can check the FPS quite easily. So for that, I'm pressing tilde, or I can also do it here, enter Python script, or I can change it to samdev and write it here. Or when I'm in game, I'm doing it like that. So I'm pressing tilde, FPS, and I need that command, stat FPS. Quite easy. But if you need to turn it off, you need to do that again. Tilde, FPS, find this command, start FPS to turn it off. Okay, let's say that we want to show the budget. Again, tilde. For the budget, there is command start anim. Yeah, it was start anim. Okay, and we have all the budgets. But again, if we want to turn that off, we need to do all the process again. Tilde, start anim, and turn it off. But okay, that was quite easy, just a few lines. Let's say that we want to show the bones. Show bones. Okay, there's show bones. And we have this. But if I maximize the view, and if the character will run, we don't see it right now. Let's do it again. And you see, I'm already started miswrite some stuff and I need to double check everything. So it will be quite easier if I have just buttons for doing all of that stuff. Let's just turn off the bones. Show bones. And you can say that, okay, there are just a few lines of code and you don't use them quite often. And why do you need all of that? But if we are talking about productions and tools for animators, we can do bigger and more complex stuff using these utility widgets. So to create this, I just right mouse click, and I'm creating utility widget. I need editor utility widget. Here we already have some templates like stack box or grid panel. Stack box will put all of your buttons or whatever you have in horizontal or vertical line, and grid panel will be more like grid. Or you can choose nothing and you can choose only select. I'm choosing select, and let's call it EUV, Editor Utility Widget, knowledge sharing. Okay. And let's see what we have here. Let me just close all these examples. Okay. So this is the place where we will put all of our buttons, text, and everything. And we have like two views. The first one is designer. Here we are designing the view, and the graph is where all the logic goes. Here we have the hierarchy, so we will have all these buttons here and all the layouts here. And here we have the tools that we can use. So let's say that we want to add grid panel. I'm just choosing this and dragging it to here. And I have this grid panel. It's quite big right now, but don't worry about it. We will solve this later. so it doesn't matter for now. So this is just our layout, our place where we can store everything. And so it works better. Let's have a vertical box. And as you can see, it's quite small now, but what that means that we will store all of our elements, all of our buttons in this vertical box. So we have button here and the next button will go under it. So it will be stacked. And let's see what we can do next. We can create a button. So I'm just searching for a button here, Editor Utility button, and I'm dragging it here into my vertical box. And it doesn't have the text, it doesn't have anything. So we will see how to change it. I will change the name of this button. So I'm choosing my button. And let's say button FPS. So we will work with FPS first. And to add text, I will need to just add text here. It will be at the next element, and I'm dragging it under the button. And let's also change the title of the text block. So text FPS. Why this is important? Because we will be using these buttons in the graph. So we will be writing logic for all of these buttons. So it's easier to navigate throughout your code if you have proper names. Let's see. It's quite big for now, but that's okay. We will change it later. For now, what also you can change here is the style. So let's see. It's just the color of your button. And you can just choose the color you like here. Okay, something like that. And let's see how it behaves. And to run this widget, we need to right mouse button press and run utility widget. And it will be here. And I will put it just here. Okay, so you see, so when I hover my mouse on it, it changes the color to gray. And when I click the button, it turns even more gray. So I can change all of this in this setting. So as you can see, there is one gray color and another gray color and fourth gray color. So I can just, like that. And so when hovered, so it's when I don't click, but when I put my cursor onto this button. Let's make it even darker. And when I press the button, let's make it even more dark, like that. And disabled, let's choose the first color. And let's see how it works. Okay, that can work. But it doesn't do anything. And let's see, we didn't change the text for it. So let me just go into the text block. And here we have text. I'll just write here FPS. And how to add the code for it. So this button does something. When I scroll down, I select the button, not the text. And when I scroll down, I have events for this. I will choose onClicked. So onClicked is when you click on the button and release, while onPress is when you click and it works right at that time when you press your left mouse button. So all the interfaces I usually use onClicked rather onPressed. Let's choose onClicked. Okay, and we have this event. So when the user clicks on our button, what we want to do? We want to show FPS. And for that, we have a command, execute. And as you can see, we can execute Python command. Let me just show it to you. So when we click on our button, we can print hello world. And let's see. And for that, oh, yeah, just one more thing. You see that when I run the game, sorry. So when I run the game, my button is not active. And when I stop the game, this button is active. So how to fix that? You need to specify that your utility widget will work even in the game. So how to do that? In utility widget, I go to class settings and I'm choosing is enabled in Py. I'm turning this on, compile, save, and now it's enabled in game. So to see that print string, I need my output log. Let's dock it. Okay. Yeah, and see when I press the button, we have hello world. Okay, that works, but we want to show FPS. So let's delete this. And we need not Python, but execute command console command. And here we put exactly what we had here. That, yes. And let's just copy it from here. And we put it here. That FPS, compile, save. And let's see. And that works. We have FPS here, and if we press it again, it disappears. It's much faster than, putting everything here. And create this button was quite easy. So let's see. Let me just check. The next thing that we may add to our button is performance. So let's add another button. So we have this one for FPS. I just duplicate this. Duplicate. Let's just rename it. So we will be shown budget. Performance. Okay, and do the same for the text. Okay, I see that I missed the T letter here, so let's just add it here. Text performance. Okay, and change text here also. Compile, save. And we are doing the same thing. We are choosing the button. Oh, and one more thing. So if you're creating a button from the scratch, if you're not duplicating it, it will be like that, so gray again. And let's say that you really like this color and you want your buttons to be all same style. So you can just go to this button, style, copy, and paste it here. And you have the same color and the same properties. Compile. And we are doing the same thing. We are choosing this button, on-clicked, add event, and we are doing this. But instead of start FPS, we are choosing, let me just find this, start. Yeah, it was start anim. Again, copy it from here and paste it here. Start anim. And let's see. Yeah, and we have the performance for technical animator. So we have update animation, tick time, and everything else. And we can disable it with just one button press. Okay. And let's say we want to have something more complicated. Let's say that we want to show mesh edges or bones. And the buttons that we created before was about, they were not about that character. They were about FPS performance. So it's something that happens in the world. So, and for that, execute console command worked. But if we want to show the bones, if we want to show the mesh edges, that may not work. Well, it worked twice for me, but not. It worked once for me, but not twice. So it's a safer option to create a function. And let's do it. And we are creating a function. Execute command on all clients. And let's see. I will just show how to do this. So we are getting fire worlds. We are for each loop. And for each loop, we are execute console command. So we are doing the same. We have the same node execute console command, but we are doing them for all the actors in our scene. And we also need get player controller, and we are passing this array into here. So we are getting all the actors in the level, and we are going through all of them. And for each of them, let's see, array element, we are putting it here. And for specific bound, we are executing this console command. And for this to work, we need also the input. So we can create, we can choose this and create a variable here, like input here, or there is a faster way to do that. We can just, we will need this command, and we will need this command to be an input of this function. So we are dragging this here, command, compile, and save. And we are going back to the event graph, and we need to create a button. Yes, so let's create a button. We are going back to the designer mode. And here, I'm duplicating the previous button, duplicate. And this will be for mesh edges. So let's say button mesh edges. And here text mesh edges. And for the text, show mesh edges. Okay. Again, the same thing, choosing this button, on clicked. And let's see. Here's will be a more tricky stuff, because if I run the game and if I show mesh edges, we have this. And if I run this, okay, that works in a strange way, but let me just mesh edges. Yeah, and it doesn't know what to do because we already have mesh edges here and we cannot show them again. So at first, we need to check whether mesh edges are enabled in our game or not. And then, based on this, we will need to whether enable it or disable it. So let's just duplicate this. Oh no, not really duplicate, but we will use this execute command on all client, this function that we created. And let me just copy this command from here. So show mesh edges. Okay. I'm putting it here. And show mesh edges works this way. So you are whether showing like true, show this, or hide this. And for that, I'm doing the same, but with 0 at the end. So this will show the mesh edges, and this will hide the mesh edges. But we need to to detect whether mesh edges are turned on. So for that, I'm doing it like that. Console variable bool value. And here I'm putting it without 1 or 0. So I'm just checking. And I'm checking whether my mesh edges are enabled or disabled. And as a result of this node, I have a bool value, which will tell me if they are enabled or disabled. And let's see. So when my mesh edges are enabled, I need to turn them off. Okay, I forgot the branch here. So for branch, we are using this bool value from here. So when the mesh edges are enabled, we are turning them off. And when they are disabled, we are turning them on. Okay, let's compile and see how it works. Okay, it works. Yay! Okay, so we managed to do that. Let's see what else we can do. And we wanted to show bones. For that, again, I'm duplicating this button. Duplicate. This one will be show bones. And rename the text again. Show bones. And put here the text. Show mesh bones. Okay. Nothing changes here. On clicked. And here we will need to do some more steps. So for that, we are doing the same. So here, let me just copy this from the previous button. So we are getting the console variable. So we are checking if the mesh edges, if the mesh bones are enabled. And let's see. Bones, show bones, show flag bones. I'm just copying this. Putting it here. So if the bones are enabled, if we can see them, then we are turning them off. And if we are, if we don't see the bones, we are enabling them. But let's see how it works. Okay. And you see that we have motion blur. And it's not possible to debug all of what happens with the character. And for that, we will need some more steps. So let's see how to disable motion blur. I'm duplicating this. So we will need the same execute nodes, but we will need to disable the motion blur. And for that, again, I'm searching here for motion blur. Motion blur, let me just find this. It was show flag motion blur. So when we are enabling our bonds, we will need to turn the motion blur off. And here we will need to enable it back again. And let's see how it works. I'll just disable and enable it again. It's better, but if I come closer to my character, I see that the picture of the bones is not that good. So we need one more step for that. Okay, and this step is anti-aliasing. So let me just duplicate it once more. And let's see. this flag for anti-aliasing is not that obvious, so I'm just copying it from my notes, and it will be named like this: show flag temporal anti-aliasing, and we are showing it when we are disabling our bonds. The same with the motion blur, and we are disabling this anti-aliasing when we are showing our bonds. And let's see how it works. I just enable them again, and no motion blur, and I just come closer, and the bonds are more visible and clear. So that works. Okay, so for that, we checked if the bonds were enabled or disabled. And based on this, we are enabling or disabling our bonds. And when we are enabling our bonds, we are disabling both motion blur and anti-aliasing. And we are turning it on again when we are disabling our bonds. Okay, let's see what we can do next. Next, let's say that I have a lot of levels in my game, in my project, and I don't remember the names of them. And I just want to open them, but I don't have them in my favorite levels, in my recent levels, but I want to have fast access to these levels. So what I can do, I can create buttons for that. So let's see how to do that. And I will show you how to do that based on two levels. So I want both of my buttons be on the same line. So not like that, like one line for each level, but one line for all the levels. So to do that, I need, let's see, I need horizontal box. Now let's just find it. Yeah, it's here. And I need to put it under the last button. Okay, so it's not going here. In that case, I'm just doing it like that, hiding all of that, and putting horizontal box under the vertical box. And it's just here. So if you don't select, you can't see it. But if you select, you see that it went here on the bottom of all my buttons. And inside this horizontal box, I can add two more buttons. So I can just duplicate this. Okay, so it doesn't want to duplicate two buttons at once, so I will do it one by one, putting it here. So I'm dragging my new button into the horizontal box, and I'm duplicating it. And as you can see, we have it like this. So let's just rename everything. So the first button will serve for opening the third person map. Button third person level. And the text. And this button will open my test level for me. And I'm renaming the text also. Okay. Save and compile and just rename this. Just do it like that. Okay. And I just create the event for this. Clicked on the third person level button. And let's just see. If we are looking for something like open level by name or by object reference, it will not work in context of of our tools. So it will open the level, but only when you are playing the game and you want to open a new level, like teleport to another level. But when we are working like that, it will not open the level for us like that. So this level. Okay, so it will not do this for us. Just come back. Okay. So for that, we will need some Python scripting. Don't worry, it's just one line, but we will need command, execute Python command, and here we are putting something like that. Unreal, editor level library, load level, and here we need to paste the path to our level. So how to do that? Just find your level. Let's say I'm working with third level, third person level. So I'm choosing this one, right click, copy object path, and I paste in it here, and I will write here this quotes, because sometimes when you paste them, it doesn't work correctly. So just write them down by yourself. And inside of them, I'm just pasting this path that I copied from this level. And I should do the same for the test level. So let's come back to the designer. Let's choose our test level. On-clicked, duplicate this, and I need to copy the object path for this test level. So I'm doing the same, copy object path. And I'm pasting it here. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, it works. Okay, Unreal is thinking. It's quite slow today. Okay, it works, but we should have one more thing, because this will not save your levels. So if you move some stuff, let's just see. If I move some stuff, okay, if I move it here, and I want to save it, but I want also to move to the third person level, and then back to the test level, I've lost my result. So let's fix that. And the great news that saving the level works better than this one. So we can have just one note, save level, save current level. Okay, let's just duplicate it and paste it here. And now just save. If I move it here, now let's say down, and I want to switch to the third person level, and then back to my test level, it works. It saved my level. Okay, great. So let's see. We finished with that, and we are coming to the next part, to the next button, and it will be more complicated stuff. So let's see what we can do with our utility widget. We can create buttons and slider for slow motion. So if we want to stop the game, like not stop, but pause the game, and we want to go back to the normal speed, we can do this with utility widget. And we can create a slider which will adjust slow motion for us. So let's say that we want to, I will show it with this. So if we want slow-mo, so we have this command, slow-mo 0, and you see she's not moving anymore. And if we are slow-mo 1, she's back to moving. And if we write something like this, slow-mo 0.3, she's moving but really slow. So we can create a slider for that. Let me just slow-mo 1, so she's moving normal again. Okay, so for that, let's first create the buttons. So the buttons will look like this. I will have a new horizontal box. Horizontal box is here. I'm putting it into the vertical box, so it lands to the very bottom. And I'm just duplicating the button here, putting it here. And let's say it will be our stop button. Stop button. Let's just rename everything. Okay, and we will need another button. Duplicate. It will be like unstop, but I will put like stop. Okay, stop one will work for that. Stop one, yes. And for the text, I will just put here 1. So it will be the normal speed, and this will stop the game. Let's see how we can do that. Graph. Oh, okay, not graph. By the way, you can do these like on clicked from the graph tool. Let me just see. Yeah, so you can just choose which element you want to add this command to. It's not that convenient because you need to remember how it was called, but you can just on press and clicked, you can just add it here. I prefer to do it through the designer. So on stop, unclicked the stop button, we are adding our command. Not Python, let me just copy. Okay, I will just grab this function. Our function for executing commands. And for the command, I will slow mo 0. And for the button 1, I will do slow mo 1. Okay, and let's see if it works. I just come closer to her. So she's moving. She's not moving. And she's moving back again when I press 1. But I want to, stop and unstop when I'm pressing on this stop button. So not to choose another button. So how to do that? Let's see. So so we have our stop button. Let me just check my notes. Okay, so we are creating a variable is stop. Is stop. So, and we are setting this. And we should have branch. So we are asking our branch is stopped. So what's the default of our stop value? And yeah, okay. I'm just checking. Yeah, everything's okay. So if stopped, we should come back to the normal speed again. And if it's not stopped, if it's playing the normal speed, we should stop it. So slow-mo 0, like that. And we should adjust our variable. So if it was stopped, yes, so we are putting it to normal speed, and we are having the is stopped disabled. Okay, it's correct. And here we will enable this variable. So when we are not stopping the game, not pausing the game, we are pausing it, and yeah, it stopped. Let's see. Again, coming closer to her. Stop. She stops. And when I press again, she unstops. Yay, that works. Okay, let's see how we can add a slider to it. Uh-huh. Okay, so the slider is called spin box, and we are adding it to the horizontal line to here. And I can do it like this or like that, and then put it in here. And it's quite small and it doesn't look good. So let's see. I'm compiling it and save. So compile to see how it works. It's small and the numbers are strange. So let's fix that. At first, let's fill it. So it goes to the very end of this. What I also don't like about this is that it has values. Our slow-mo can't have this number. So minus 94. So I can choose that minimum value will be 0 and maximum value will be 1. Compile save. And I don't really like how many numbers we are having after the dot. So I can change it here. Let's see. Max fractional digits. Let's put it to 1. Okay. So now we will have only 1 digit after this. And, well, we have these beautiful buttons, but the design of this is not that good. So let's see how we can change it. Again, we can go into style, and for that we can copy the style of this to style of that, because they have different, different states. So for this we will need to do the same from scratch. So let's see. And the easiest way to do that is just to change, something to a different color and see what it's affecting. Okay, let's see. Oh, it didn't change. The color was too dark. Let's see. Okay, so it's the main color. Yes. And when I put my cursor on this, it changes the color too. So I don't really like how it works. I can change it to this color. And see. And this also to this color. And also this to this color. And see. Okay, it looks better, but I don't like this blue and this gray. So let's see how to fix that. Let's do it this way. I will put all of this into this color, our color of our interface, and compile and see how it works. But I don't see the progress bar right now. And the progress bar is mostly the first 3 colors. So let's do it this way. Let's just put here some darker color. It was this. Let's make it even more dark. Like that. And for the next 2, we will do the same. Okay. Now let's see. Okay. Now it works better. Oh, not this one. I need to save this one. Okay, our slider works, but what we can do with that? Slider has some different events. So on value changed and on value committed. We don't really need on begin slider movement because it doesn't mean anything. The user just began to move the slider, or end slider movement. Well, we can use on end slider movement, but let's just use on value changed. So on value changed means that I'm doing this, and when I release, the value has changed. And on value committed means that the user did something like that. Yeah, so I can adjust it with the slider or with, put in here the number that I want and enter. And yeah, when I wrote down the number here, it also means that I changed the value. Um, mhm. Okay, so let's work with these events. On value changed, I'm creating this. And on value omitted, I will use two of them. And um, as you can see, I forgot to rename this slider, and it's not that comfortable to work with that. I don't know what utility spin box 102 means. So yeah, please always rename your elements. Um, so I will rename it like slow-mo spin box. Spin box. Compile and save, and it will rename your event automatically. So, and as you can see, Unreal already gave us in value. So in value is the value that you will have here. So for example, right now my in value will be 0.4. Let's create a variable. So we are doing it here and we are doing it here. Okay. And then we will need to execute this command like slow-mo with this value. I just copy these and we will put it here. And we can do it like that, not to create another node, but to put it here. So, but we don't need slow-mo 0 and we don't need slow-mo 0.4. We need slow-mo plus this value. So for that, we can do it this way. I'm dragging it from command and I'm choosing append. Append. So in the first part, I will put slow-mo and spacebar. And in the second, I will drag my value, getting value, and I'm putting it here. So by that, I'm telling my editor that, okay, take this string, whatever I have here. You just take this text and add this value to the end of this text. So this will mean that we will have slow-mo 0.4, slow-mo 1, slow-mo 0, slow-mo 0.2. So it will work like that. And let's see if it works. And let's come back closer to her. Let's say that we have 1. I'm not sure if she's moving. Yeah, she's moving, but let me restart the game. Okay, Unreal thinking. Let's compile and say once again. Run this. Okay, she's moving. Okay. Just coming closer. And let's say that we want her to move really slow, and she's doing it. And let's say that we want it to be 1, and she's moving with full speed, with half speed. Yes, with not moving at all. Yes, it works. But when I press stop, yeah, it works. And when I unpress stop or when I press 1, so move with normal speed, this value doesn't change. So I think it's 0.4, but she's moving full speed. So how does it work? We need to connect all of that. How can we do that? And for that, we have the ability to change the value of this slider with our code, with our blueprint. So let's see how to do that. Where do we have it? It's stopped. Okay. And yeah. We have our slow-mo spin box. And if we are putting it here, and we are getting this slow-mo spin box, and if I'm dragging this from slow-mo spin box, and I have this node set value, and I can set the new value for it. So let's say that when I press this button of 1, I want my character to move with full speed and this slider to get to number 1, to value of 1. So when I have my button stop 1, so it's this one. So when I'm pressing this, I'm telling my spin box to go to the value of 1. And when I'm pressing the stop button, so let's see, slow-mo 1, so it will go here. So when I'm pressing the second time the slow-mo button, it will go to 1. And the first, so when we are stopping it, it's going through the falls of the branch. So here we are putting it to 0. And let's see. In closer to her. Okay, so I pressed 1 and she's moving full speed, and our slider has updated its value. Stop. She's not moving, and it was updated here. Stop again to unhold her, and the value is here again. So it works. Yay. Okay. Okay. Let me just double check everything. Okay, so that was it for the buttons, but not all for our lecture, because I will also show you how to, okay, let's say that you have this, this menu, but to open this, if you didn't dock it here, you will need to go to your utility widget and open it like that every time. And let's say that you are working with new users who don't know where you store all this your utility widget. So how to do that even more easy? We can create this tab here. And as you can see, I was testing it and I have this widget button. So I'm pressing it here and I have this. And let's say that, yeah, I'm pressing here and I get my old version of this tool. So how can we do that? For that, we will need Python. Don't worry, I will share this script with you and you will need to change only a few things here. So we have all of that. You don't need to read through all of that. You will need to change a few things here. So you will find this part. And here we will put all the information about our tool. So how will we name it? This is widget button tool 2.0, this one. And let's say that we will call it like that. And just copy its name. And let me duplicate this one. Okay. So I will okay, I will put it here. Never mind. So I'm creating a new Python file. Fine. I'm copying it from here. I'm pasting it in my new file, and I need again to copy this name, rename, copy this, and I'm putting it here and here. Here will be just a description of what it does. So run editor utility widget called this in the specified directory. And here goes the code for running this widget. And here we need only this line, so asset, and here we have the path to our this utility widget. Again, we are doing it the same way. Right button click, copy object path. We are going here. We are replacing these. Okay. And now what we need to do next with this? We need to go to edit project settings. Scroll down to find where the Python is. And we need to find where our script is stored. So I'm just checking it like this, opening Explorer, and I'm copying the path to where my script is stored. And I need to put it here. So additional path, adding it here. I already have this path here. You will need to add your path here. And here, so here will be only the path to the folder. The final destination is folder. And here you will put all the scripts that your Unreal will need to run. So as you can see, I have a bunch of it here, and I only need this one. And for this, I can just copy the name of this. Let's see, rename file. Okay, like that. And I'm creating a new line here and adding this script here. UV knowledge sharing by. Okay. Oh, okay. So we have everything here, and yeah, Unreal says that it needs to restart. And yes, let's restart it right now. And we will see. After Unreal restarts, it should run the script automatically on startup, and we will see our script, our utility widget in the top menu. Let's just wait for Unreal to launch. It's opening. Okay, let's see. We are open. Okay, it's still thinking. No. And so for some reason it didn't work. Let's see why. Let's just compare it with this. Let's just see. Let's just double check this. Project settings. Oh, I know why. Because it was in another folder. So I put the script in another folder. Let's just double check it. Weapon tool. Yeah, and I have it in Unreal menu. Let's see. Yeah, so I can add a new additional path here, and I can put it here. Yeah, as you can see, I put the script, this one, into this weapon tool folder, and this tool were in the Unreal menu. Okay, let's double check it again. We have it here. Yes, restart again. And see if it works this time. And it should be here right now. Okay, and it's here. And let's say that we close this and we go to our menu to here, and we have our menu here. And we don't need to find our widget in the folders.